this will be the amphitheater. Where you're standing right now is the stage. And we're gonna have the stadium seating, you know, in these corners. But to do that, we have to build a wall, which
For
is gonna-
safety.
Yeah, for safety reasons, so that nobody falls backwards or anything. And I think it blocks the view.
Yeah.
And honestly, now that we have the support beams in, they're just looking at a pole. So
Yeah.
it doesn't, I just think for the amount of money we're gonna invest in it, those aren't gonna be well-utilized seats. And those would also be permanent, so we wouldn't be able to move them for an event or anything.
True.
So if it's okay with you, and you can go stand back there and kind of see what the
I
visual
can basically
is.
see it from
Yeah,
here.
you know, if you want, we can remove that stadium seating, make it all the same, and then we can figure out how we want to do benches and things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's great, just because of the way that the poles, especially the ones in the middle, kind of block some view. I think like similar to what we have right now with the barrels and the benches that move.
Yeah.
Like to almost set them up kind of like in between where everyone still is able to see the entire stage, I think would be great.
Whatever you guys want to do,
Yeah.
I'm game for. I was even trying to think of a way that we could make some of the benches at different heights so that in the back they were actually a little bit taller. And then they would almost be like Russian stacking dolls where you could just
Yeah.
and like, I don't know if that's feasible or not, because I don't know if we're gonna have to make a certain height for ADA or something like that, but
Yeah,
we'll have to work on that one.
Yeah, you would imagine even a bar seat high would be potentially, I mean, I guess if you have lower seats in the front, then they would still be ADA. So if you had ones that go
Some
a
that
little bit
were-
higher in the back.
Yeah, so we need to
Yeah.
start figuring out what we want to do there. There will be, so you've got your main gate here to enter and exit from, and then there will be a gate over on this side because public restrooms are right back there. So that way somebody can sneak out or whatever and they can actually use the restroom. Back here, of course, will be that concrete building. So it'll have your animal holding enclosures right behind the stage. You'll have your little caterer's kitchen in the back, classroom over on this side, and then that restroom, you know, over here for our staff and for the juniors and things like that.
And then public restrooms over here.
Public
right?
restrooms are over
That's
here.
okay.
Yep, they're this corner
And
over
they can
here.
go out. Okay.
Yep. And they'll also be accessible from like small mammal too. So they'll be accessible, you know, people can come in right off the trail or people who are in the theater can utilize them.
Okay.
And the stage is also ADA accessible as well. So there'll be a ramp on the stage, small ramp that meets ADA requirements.
Perfect.
So
Now, if we want to keep story time at 9:30,
Mhm.
is there a way for people to access the sanctuary without having to go through the Welcome Center and all these other places in order to come directly to the amphitheater? Or,
good question.
yeah,
I mean, I believe, I'll have to go back and look at the plans because I don't have them completely memorized, but there's there's going to be an FPL transformer, kind of like where that tractor thing is sitting, and we have to have an access gate so that FPL can service it. So that might be something where I can see if they can just drop like a walkthrough gate in or something, or even just open that gate. I mean, it's just a kind of, you know, big and bulky. But I do believe we will have a gate here, so we could do something like that and direct people right over there.
Yeah.
Same thing with like school bus parking is right over here, so that might even be something where we could just have the school buses drop off as well.
download right there, yeah.
Would you prefer a walkthrough gate? If it's not too late for me to ask them to put one in?
Yeah, a
Yeah?
walkthrough gate would be fine, yeah.
I mean, if
It
not,
doesn't
it'll be
need
like
to
a
be
4
anything
foot
huge.
swinging, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
no,
But,
it doesn't need to be huge. I would just,
okay,
yeah, I
let
think
me,
it would be,
let me take a look at the plans and I can ask them.
you know, because I'm not saying we're going to keep it like that. I'm not sure what our
Right.
public program
gives
is
you
going to
opportunity.
look like, but yeah.
Yeah, because that's all, this is all parking, you know, down that way. You've got buses will park here, and then there'll be more parking here, and then you've got that maintenance path around too. So like as far as right over there where you see those tarps, that's where our maintenance buildings are going to be.
Okay.
So I have a feeling probably like the bush wildlife vehicles, we'll probably park them somewhere in that area.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so you're good with stadium
I
seating
am.
going bye-bye?
Yes,
Got it.
100%.
Cool. And then this goes up from this point another 10 feet. I don't know what the person who designed it was thinking.
Yeah, they should have been like, what?
It's going to be magnificent,
It's going to be beautiful.
but it's crazy.
Because that's already like, what, 12 feet?
Oh,
15 feet?
I mean,
I'm bad at judgment.
oh,
Are you
so-
still
okay,
recording this?
here's your
Keep 'em
finished.
bad.
Here's your finished floor height. Is at this?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you go from here, yeah, I mean that's a good 10 feet, and
Yeah.
it goes up another 10.
Wow.
Of course, I mean it's all pitched, but
Yeah, we do really need to talk about putting little hidey hole lofts in all these places.
So
Cool. I do. This is awesome.